Wisdom YouTube channel. We're dealing with general purpose properties, special purpose properties, going concerns, and why you care about the difference. I'm here in our Manhattan office to bring you this next installment. Nice corner suite here. And in our last episode, we talked about some of the differences, questions you can ask to help differentiate what kind of property you have, and that will dictate the approach you take. And so we mentioned briefly 4 primary questions, right? Now, this video and the next, I'm going to finish the discussion on some of these items, and then I hope to bring it all together with a recap later. Here is a shot from the Small Business Administration website. Now let me zoom in a little further, and you can see that there are a number of properties that the SBA has deemed to be special purpose. You'll see that the car wash, gas station, and hotel that we see a lot of are certainly on the list. If you are doing an SBA transaction, as a lender likely, for example, then you will want to pay close attention to and be fairly literal with this list. But otherwise, there's certainly some room for uncertainty here. For example, with the refrigeration space, see that over 50% being special purpose? Well, that could vary substantially from one submarket to the next. There might be somewhere any amount over a trivial bit is special purpose, or there might be some markets where there's enough buyers, there's enough buildings, it's just an area where there are tons of cold storage buildings that have 60, 70, 80% cold storage. So that's, what about an apartment and a hotel? Both of those property types are somewhat specialized. You can use both of those for some different uses, but for the most part they are relatively inflexible in their application. Well, an apartment is definitely considered to be general purpose, and a hotel is, even on the SBA list, is special purpose. Now, one reason for the difference there is that a hotel has daily front desk service. They're checking you in and out. Obviously, not everybody every day. You've got maid service every day for at least some of the rooms. You've got possibly a continental breakfast that has to be handled. It's just an ongoing operation that the management is there and thinking about and running all the time. Whereas an apartment building, that manager may go weeks without even really thinking about it. And so the level of management intensity is dramatically less. You'll want to talk to your appraiser about these differences and make sure that he understands them and understands when to apply one type of analysis versus the other. You'll want to settle that before you actually proceed with the engagement. Now, a general purpose property is likely to be appraised with our standard approaches, sales comparison approach with adjustments, price per square foot, price per unit, right? An income approach will be, we'll use a rent survey oftentimes, or some other pricing survey, and income and expense analysis. A special purpose property will have less of that, and it is more driven by the operation of the business within the facility. It's driven by the income approach, okay? In an office building, if the engineering company in suite 310 goes under, that's a bummer, but it doesn't affect the building for the most part. If it's in a decent market, you'll get any one of 100 other businesses that will move in and take suite 310 if XYZ engineering goes out of business. Usually the special purpose property is best handled by looking at the entire assets of the business, the going concern as we call it. That includes the real property or real estate. You've got and that includes land, right? Structures. We consider car wash fixtures and dispensers at gas station to be part of the real property. You've got FF&E, that might be the countertop cooler in the convenience store or shelving. Then you've got intangible business value. Those should be looked at as a group, and then we allocate the value. That's what we'll be talking about in more detail in the next video. Before I sign off, let me invite you to hit the subscribe button down here to make sure you don't miss any other episodes of our fascinating story. And you may share this with folks in your firm that might benefit from it. And again, you can see we've got the link below if you'd like to hit some of the downloads on the website. So with that, I hope you'll join me for video number 3 coming right up. Thank you.